What if saving money wasn't just an option? What if it were an obligation, like paying rent or a bill? That's the idea behind one of the most effective financial tricks ever created, especially for those who always feel like money just slips away. Many people manage to pay every bill on time, even when their income is small. But when it comes to saving, that sense of commitment suddenly disappears. Why? Because most people don't see saving as something urgent. In this video, we'll explore a simple but powerful idea: saving as if it were a debt. It's a mindset shift that uses the same psychological drive that makes you pay your bills, but this time, for your own benefit. Those who apply it turn saving into a steady, automatic habit, free from guilt and full of purpose. 1. Why saving feels so hard. Saving sounds simple, but for most people, it isn't. The problem isn't only low income or rising prices. It's also how the human brain perceives saving itself. When it comes to rent, electricity, or debt payments, the brain labels them as non-negotiable. But saving? It's treated as optional, something that happens only if there's money left at the end of the month. Behavioral economics studies show that people are far more likely to follow through with payments they see as mandatory, even when it requires effort or sacrifice. One study from the Journal of Economic Behavior and Organization found that when a financial commitment is socially accepted, like paying rent or a loan, people will prioritize it over other needs, even if it hurts their short-term comfort. So the issue isn't just money, it's mindset. If saving feels optional, your brain will always place it last. And since there's always something urgent to pay, that optional goal never happens. Another key factor is the lack of immediate reward. Paying a bill brings relief. Buying food brings satisfaction. But saving? It gives no instant pleasure. The reward lives in the future, and the brain is wired to prefer short-term rewards over long-term ones, a bias known as hyperbolic discounting. That's why, even if you logically know saving is good, it rarely feels urgent. This gap between logic and emotion makes people spend their paycheck the moment it arrives. So, instead of waiting until there's extra money, the solution is to trick your brain. Treat saving like a debt, a commitment you can't ignore. Because when something feels like an obligation, your mind gives it priority. That's the foundation of this method, using your natural discipline for bills and turning it into a powerful tool for your own benefit. 2. Change your mindset. Save like a debt. The biggest change in your financial life doesn't come from earning more. It comes from thinking differently. And one of the most powerful shifts is this: pay yourself first, but not as an option, as an obligation. Imagine you owe yourself money, a debt you can't skip. This principle, backed by experts in behavioral finance, proves that people stay consistent when they see a responsibility as non-negotiable. As author Ramit Sethi says, the secret isn't discipline every day, it's automation. When you automate important money decisions, they happen without emotional effort. So, here's how to make it work. The moment you receive your paycheck, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, set aside a fixed amount for savings. Not after paying bills, not when there's something left, before anything else. It can be 10% of your income or a fixed amount like $50 or $100. The number doesn't matter, the consistency does. For example, if you earn $800 every 2 weeks, decide that $80 will go directly to your savings account. You don't touch it, you don't postpone it. Just as you can't skip your electricity bill, you can't skip this payment either, because it's your debt to your future self. Set up an automatic transfer from your main account to your savings account on payday. Most banks let you schedule it for free. That way, it happens on autopilot. No decision, no excuses, no temptation. This structure removes friction between intention and action. It makes saving a real commitment. You can even record it in a spreadsheet or app, labeling it clearly as payment to myself. Treat it with the same respect you'd give any other bill. The beauty of this approach is that it not only strengthens your finances, but also your confidence. Each time you make that payment, you prove to yourself that you're responsible, forward-thinking, and capable. That positive identity spreads to every part of your financial life. Saving like it's a debt isn't self-deception, it's self-alignment. You're using your own habits to serve your goals. 3. Create your personal financial statement. Once you decide to treat saving as mandatory, the next step is to make it visible. Just as companies track every expense, You can create your own personal financial statement, a simple, visual tool that shows your savings as a fixed expense. This reinforces the idea that paying yourself isn't optional, it's a priority. Most people's budgets include rent, utilities, food, and transport, all essentials. But saving rarely appears on that list, and that's the mistake. If you don't see it, you don't do it. Designing your statement is simple. Use a notebook, a spreadsheet, or a free finance app. List your income and all regular expenses, and between them, include one called Payment to Myself or Personal Savings Fund. For example, monthly income, $1,000. Rent, $400. Food, $200. Transportation, $100. Utilities, $100. Payment to myself, $100. Total expenses, $900. Remaining, $100. This simple layout has a strong psychological effect. Your savings are no longer an afterthought, they're part of your structure. When you mark that payment as complete, it gives you the same satisfaction as clearing a debt. Research by the National Endowment for Financial Education shows that people who regularly track and visualize their goals are twice as likely to achieve them. You can even print your financial statement and place it somewhere visible, on your fridge, your desk, or in your wallet. The more you see it, the stronger your mental connection becomes. Creating your own statement isn't just accounting. It's a declaration that your future matters. And that small recognition can mean the difference between living paycheck to paycheck and building true financial stability. 4. Protect it like you protect your rent. Many people fail at saving not because they can't, but because they don't protect what they save. They save for a while, then spend it. If your brain still sees that money is available, you'll eventually use it. That's why, once you pay yourself, you must protect that money as if it were rent. Think about it. When rent is due, that money is untouchable. You either set it aside or pay it immediately. You don't consider using it for anything else, because there are real consequences if you don't pay. That same, "this money is off limits" mindset should apply to your savings. Here are a few ways to build that protection. Use a separate account without easy access. Open a savings account different from your daily spending account. If possible, choose one without a debit card or mobile access. The harder it is to reach, the safer it stays. Automate it. Schedule automatic transfers on payday, just like utility payments. That way, saving happens before you can even think about it. Use accounts with withdrawal restrictions. Certificates, time deposits, or funds that penalize early withdrawals create a healthy barrier. It's harder to touch, so you'll think twice before spending it. Give your savings a name. Money with a purpose is money you respect. Call it your emergency fund, travel fund, or business capital. Studies from Harvard's Behavioral Economics Group show that labeled savings last longer and resist impulsive spending. Reinforce the idea of untouchability. Write a note saying, "This is mine. It's not to be touched," and keep it near your savings record. It might seem simple, but these small reminders strengthen your discipline. Protecting your savings isn't being stingy, it's being strategic. Just like you lock your doors or pay rent on time, you're protecting the foundation of your freedom and security. 5. Make it a habit, not a punishment. Turning saving into a habit is the final step. Because habits are stronger than motivation. When saving feels like a punishment, you'll give up easily. So, the goal is to make paying yourself part of your normal routine until it becomes automatic, like brushing your teeth. Neuroscience shows that habits form when actions are repeated in a stable context. According to habit researcher Wendy Wood, it takes a little over 2 months on average for a new behavior to become automatic. By treating saving as a fixed debt, you stop relying on willpower and start shaping your identity. You no longer think, "I have to save." You think, "I'm the kind of person who always saves." Start small. Even 5 or 10% of your income is enough. Once the habit feels natural, increase it gradually. Celebrate every success. Every time you make a payment to yourself, recognize it as progress. That positive reinforcement builds a stronger emotional connection with your goal. Habits take time, but once built, they last. When saving becomes as natural and necessary as paying rent, your financial stress drops and your stability rises. In the end, saving like it's a debt means transforming an intentional act into an automatic behavior. That's the real secret to reaching your financial goals and achieving peace of mind. Conclusion: saving as if it were a debt is more than a trick. It's a strategy that uses human psychology in your favor. By paying yourself first, creating your own financial statement, and protecting your money like an essential bill, you build a habit that lasts a lifetime. This method not only strengthens your finances, it transforms the way you think about money. You stop seeing saving as a sacrifice and start seeing it as power. If you want to keep learning practical and effective strategies to manage your money and reach financial freedom, subscribe. Here, every lesson helps you make your money work for you. Thanks for watching. And remember, every dollar you save today builds the freedom you'll enjoy tomorrow.